Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button. Share this video out to all of your followers, all right? Watch the video all the way through to the end. Hit the links at the end of the video. Now, as my old content starts to filter through to my new subscribers, you'll see that I've been very critical of Governor Cuomo for a very, very long time. This dude is not the brightest. This dude just kind of takes a bullheaded approach to everything. He's stubborn, he's cocky, he thinks he knows everything. You know what I'm saying? He's a complete incompetent person in the job that he has, in my opinion. All right. And, you know, you find that for a lot of these people who are government pawns. And that's because we live in a system of illegitimacy. And remember, in a system of illegitimacy, everything that's presented to you as reality is inside out, upside down, opposite, and incorrect. So that means that the people who are the least qualified, the most feeble-minded, and the most illogical are the ones who are given the positions of people who should have traits completely opposite of that. All right. Enter Governor Cuomo. All right. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo resigns after sexual harassment allegations. Now, at first, he didn't want to resign. Remember that? He didn't want to resign at all. All right. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to listen to this snippet real quick. It's 1 minute and 19 seconds, and then we'll go through the article.
Today, we're coming on the air because Andrew Cuomo, the embattled governor of New York, is still speaking to his state and has just announced that he intends to step down. He explained his reasons just a moment ago.
And I think that given the circumstances, the best way I can help now is if I step aside and let government get back to governing. And therefore, that's what I'll do. Because I work for you. And doing the right thing is doing the right thing for you. Because as we say, it's not about me, it's about we. Kathy Hochul, my lieutenant governor, is smart and competent. This transition must be seamless. We have a lot going on. I'm very worried about the Delta variant, and so should you be. But she can come up to speed quickly, and my resignation will be effective in 14 days. To my team,
the governor's statement this morning came after a long statement by his lawyer, Rita Glavin, who said the report that came out last week accusing the governor of sexual harassment was not fair to him.
Now, you got to ask yourself, how is this not fair to him? You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't fair to him. Come on, man, get out of here. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo resigns after sexual harassment allegations. Facing an impeachment inquiry, the governor will now leave office in 14 days. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo announced on Tuesday he was resigning after a withering report from the state's attorney general alleged he had sexually harassed multiple women, heading off impeachment proceedings. And I think that given the circumstances, the best way I can help now is if I step aside and let government get back to government. What do you mean, let government get back to government? So you mean that you were blocking things that the government was trying to do, moron? And therefore, that is what I'll do, because I work for you, and doing the right thing is doing the right thing for you, Cuomo said. Yeah, very interesting. Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul, a Democrat, will serve the rest of his term and will be the state's first female governor. It is a matter of life and death. Government operations and wasting energy on distraction is the last thing the government should be, Cuomo said. I cannot be the cause. It's a little bit too late, and you already have been the cause with your mishandling of this worldwide pandemic that we have. Because if people don't remember, let me jog your memory. Cuomo was the one who was giving a hard time about the vaccines being delivered. Now, these same people from this same party are literally trying to shame everybody into the vaccination that Cuomo originally said he wanted to have other proxies and controls to check and make sure that everything was okay, because he didn't trust Operation Warp Speed because of who was the president at the time. So that means that you don't trust the employees of the CDC. You don't trust any of the other processes. The government allegedly has checks and balances. So whether you like the former president or not, you would still put your citizens in harm's way by restricting them from possible treatment if they chose to take it. Come on, bro. New York, though, means New York loving, and I love New York, and I love you. Everything I have ever done has been motivated by that love, and I would never want to be unhelpful in any way. Oh, yeah, all that gentrification, you know, you definitely love New York. Facing impeachment proceedings, which he admitted he would be unable to counter. Oh, listen to this. Facing impeachment proceedings, which he admitted he would be unable to counter. Now, my question is, why would you be unable to counter those things? If you're not guilty and you didn't do anything wrong, I mean, it's very easy. Counter it and present the evidence. What's the problem? CUOMO, 63, announced he'll leave office in 14 days while continuing to insist that he did nothing wrong. So he insists that he did nothing wrong, but he admits that he can't counter what will go on in the impeachment proceedings. I don't understand that. Does that make any sense to anybody? Speaking to his 3 daughters, CUOMO said, I want them to know from the bottom of my heart that I never did and I never would intentionally disrespect a woman, treat any woman differently than I would want them treated, and that is God's honest truth. Your dad made mistakes. Look at this. And he apologized and he learned from it. That's what life is all about. So, I mean, I need to ask you guys the question, does this sound like an admission? In my opinion, this sounds like an admission. After he was first hit with sexual harassment allegations earlier this year, CUOMO ignored the bipartisan demands that he resign and predicted the investigation he authorized State Attorney Letitia James to carry out would exonerate him. I mean, I don't understand this because it doesn't sound in his verbiage that he's using now that he expected to be exonerated. The way that he's talking now, it sounds like he knew exactly what time it was. He knew exactly what he did, and he knew that there was no way that he could present anything that would overwhelm all of the evidence against him. So what changed from then to now is the question. Instead, the report alleged that he'd harassed 11 women, 9 of whom were state employees, and subjected some of them to unwelcome touching and groping. His office also retaliated against one of the women after she spoke out about how she was treated, the report alleged, which is illegal. In the wake of the report, the state assembly had begun to organize impeachment proceedings. Local law enforcement officials also announced that they were investigating whether criminal charges were appropriate. The Attorney General was asked if CUOMO should step down after she released the report last week. That decision is up to the governor himself. The report speaks for itself, she responded. Yeah, and I mean, you guys, does it sound like he's substantiating what's in the report? President Joe Biden, a longtime CUOMO ally, was more blunt when he was asked about the report. I think he should resign, Biden said. The resignation caps a remarkable fall from grace for the third-term governor who was riding high in public opinion polls last year after his public briefings about the coronavirus pandemic hit his hard-hit state were lauded. The U.S. attorney in Brooklyn and the FBI began a preliminary investigation into how the CUOMO administration handled the data earlier this year. CUOMO was then accused in mid-February of having threatened to destroy a Democratic lawmaker who alleged that the administration covered up the nursing home numbers. CUOMO denied that there had been any cover-up. That was followed by a string of sexual harassment allegations, including by some former aides. The first to speak out was Lindsey Boylan, who wrote an essay on the website Medium, which described being subjective to pervasive harassment in her years of working for the governor. Boylan said CUOMO made numerous inappropriate comments to her in front of other people, including once asking her to play strip poker, and said he once kissed her on the lips when they were alone. CUOMO's office called Boylan's claims quite simply false, but they led to numerous other women stepping forward to say that they'd been mistreated and to a flood of Democratic lawmakers calling for his resignation, including the vast majority of New York's congressional delegation. Fighting for his political survival, CUOMO authorized James to investigate the harassment claims and predicted the probe would exonerate him, but it wound up substantiating all the claims against him in a blistering 165-page report. In one case, he allegedly groped an executive assistant under her shirt, and in another, he fondled a state trooper, the report alleged. The governor sexually harassed a number of current and former New York State employees by, among other things, engaging in unwelcome and non-consensual touching, as well as making numerous offensive comments of a suggestive and sexual nature that created a hostile work environment for women, the report alleged. Shortly after the report's release, CUOMO maintained, "I never touched anyone inappropriately or made inappropriate sexual advances," and vowed to focus on his job. CUOMO intended to run for a fourth term, a feat his three-term governor father, the late Mario Cuomo, was not able to achieve. Interesting. Very interesting, but not unpredictable. And why would it not be unpredictable? Because we live in a system of illegitimacy, where we have illegitimate politicians being given positions that they have no business in. All right? So with that being said, y'all, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you already know what to do. Make sure that you hit the bell icon twice, smash the like button, share the video out to all of your followers. Remember, I want to try to get a 1-to-1-to-1-to-1-to-1 ratio on my analytics. If you touch the video, smash the like button. If you really hate the video, hit the dislike button. If you dislike the video, at least leave a comment and tell us why. All right, watch it all the way through to the end and hit the links at the end of the video. And remember, Blacklight Revelations 2 is on a channel strike, so make sure that you are subbed to all of the backup channels. Hit the about page, hit the channel page, and follow us on all of our other social media, and I will catch you on the next video. All right?